Hi guys, this video is going to be for my sun, moon, rising Virgos for the month of November, what you guys can expect to be feeling, potentially manifest, go through. So let's get to it. November 1st, there's going to be a new moon in Scorpio in your third house in 9 degrees. So I think something new will be going on when it comes to transformative conversations, deep conversations, conversations about religion or a belief system or, no belief system, something like that. I think whatever it would be like a shakeup or something unexpected. I think it has something, I think for some of you, it's like these deep conversations with Mercury and Scorpio here in the third house and the sun, something intuitive, but also something deep. I feel like it's connecting to your 9th house in Taurus. Your 9th house is your belief system. It traditionally belongs to Sagittarius. So it could be about philosophy, spirituality, religion, like I just said before. It could be about traveling. You guys could be talking about this during this time, especially with the sun being the ruler of Leo. There could literally be traveling with Mercury there as well. So Mercury rules Virgo, you guys, as well as Gemini in your 10th house and Jupiter. Yeah, Jupiter being in Gemini in your 10th house. Yeah, you guys could be traveling for work. You guys could be traveling for some type of belief system. Something like that. Something new would be happening there for sure. And where's Aquarius? In your 6th house. Health, work. I'm going to say it would be something connected to work for some of you, or it would feel like work. You guys could be traveling with friends at this time. Whatever it is, it would definitely affect your money, I feel like. With that South Node in Chiron in your 2nd house in Libra. Okay. And I feel like it would have something to do with relationships. Whether it's business partnerships or committed relationships. Yeah, with Saturn in retrograde in your 7th house in Pisces. And that's Sun ruling your 12th house in Leo when traditionally Pisces rules that 12th house. So yeah, I just think it would be something to do with traveling with friends or talking about traveling or potentially traveling somewhere far distance. What I channeled for the collective was overlooking a past situation in your life with ease. I'm picking up on the Sun, Mercury, and the South Node. So I'm just channeling, and I can see that for some of you, this is going to be conversations about money. Conversations about money that revolve around traveling as well. And I feel like for some of you, there's going to be like a loss with this. And somehow it would it may have to do with like other people, something like this. Okay, let's move on. Wait, where's Jupiter? 9 degrees, Gemini. Where's Sagittarius? 4th house, Venus. Yeah. So the reason I'm going there is because 9 degrees is a Sagittarius degree. You guys have this in your 4th house of home. Venus, which talks about money, love, things that make you feel comfortable. It's like this has something to do with that new moon in Scorpio. So I feel like, yeah, it's definitely about money, conversations about money at this time. And I saw a lot of light. So I feel like for some of you, it's going to be positive. And then for some of you, it may like, you may lose some money. It may go missing. November 2nd, Mercury and Scorpio in your 3rd house in 29 degrees. Trines Mars in Cancer in 29 degrees in your 11th house. So what I was channeling for the collective was sex on the mind and listening for cues for which direction to go towards. So I'm seeing, so just to be clear, a trine, this is a blessing, or it could be looked at as lazy energy because it's something you get so easily that you don't even realize it. It could be something that's given to you, or it's something that comes so natural that that you don't even realize it's something you have. Or I want to say that it just comes so natural you don't notice it. That's what I want to say. Now, with Mercury talking to Mars in a positive way, I feel like this could manifest in a conversation where it's like it ends where you agree to disagree with someone. So it wouldn't be argumentative. It wouldn't be a fight. I feel like it would end in a very polite type of way. But I think that does have the potential because Mercury is in the third house of conversations, or the house of learning. Mars can be looked at as either being driven or confident, go, 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 or it could be argumentative. It could be wars. It could be fighting. Both planets are going to be in a karmic degree, which is 29 degrees. It's a Leo degree. It's the sun. I feel like intuitively you guys will be able to see through people's words. Now, what I channeled for you guys was the glyph for Aries, and I'm seeing roots, and then I'm seeing teeth. Now, I know this doesn't look anything like what I'm describing, but there's something about like having conversations that either have to do with sex, or it's conversations where you're feeling literally ambitious or driven, or they're secretive conversations. I was seeing, I really wasn't getting secrets too much. However, you guys have Aries in your 8th house. And traditionally, this is a Scorpio house. So when I look at where Pluto is, it's in your 5th house in Capricorn. And then Mars is the original ruler of Scorpio. But Mars is the ruler of Aries. So I think there's something you guys are going to be driven to talk about when it comes to, I want to say, the root of something. It's like a deep conversation, but again, I feel like it would be positive. Mars is in Cancer, so I feel like there would be something like deep conversations with friends or deep conversations on the internet. And I feel like it's deep because, again, it's connecting to that 8th house, but also Pluto is in your 5th house. So, I feel like whatever this is, it could be something transformative, like some type of transformative conversation that creates action. Okay, so when I channel it again, it's, for some of you, it's definitely going to be conversations about sex, okay? I'll leave that there. All right, that same day, Mercury in Scorpio, 29 degrees in your 3rd house, will be sextiling Pluto in Capricorn in your 5th house. So again, November 2nd, we have Mercury in Scorpio in your 3rd house in 29 degrees. It's sextiling Pluto in Capricorn in your 5th house in 29 degrees. So again, we have 2 karmic degrees. It's pretty much the sun. It's being able to see something. I do believe it would connect to your 12th house. A sextile is an energy that requires some type of work in order to get your blessing. It may not manifest exactly the way you wanted it to, but I do believe it's going to be something you wanted regardless. So if Mercury's talking to Pluto, and if this is something that does manifest, I would say it's transformative conversations, or deep conversations that transform your own mind, or it's conversations with yourself that you guys are having. I personally don't think so. I think this would be conversations you guys are having with other people. People, like conversations with people you're dating. I feel like people you're trying to sleep with is what I'm picking up on. Mercury rules your 1st house, the body. It also rules Gemini, which is your 10th house, and we have Jupiter here. I always connect Jupiter, besides that typical 9th house stuff, but somehow it does connect back to sex. I don't know. It just does. And I feel like it's not talked about enough because it probably doesn't take on such a big meaning like it would with Mars. But there's still something there nonetheless. So anyway, my point is this, that if I look at your 5th house, which is a Leo house, it traditionally belongs to Leo. So it belongs to 29 degrees traditionally. So I think there's something happening in regards to either your career, where you guys may be having conversations with other people about money, or conversations regarding children at this time. This could be one of them too. But regarding your career, this could be like getting somebody else involved, because Saturn's a ruler of Capricorn, so like a business partner at this time. Yeah. But again, this may not happen, but I feel like you would still be feeling these thoughts. What else? Where's Scorpio? Scorpio is in your 3rd house. So there's something about wanting to have fun, but in a way that would be different. In a way that would, it's like you would be seeing something different about the situation is what I'm picking up on. And I think this has something to do with because Jupiter being in retrograde in Gemini in your 10th house. Because Capricorn traditionally rules that 10th house, but you guys have Gemini there and Jupiter's in retrograde. So there's some type of like reflection going on or going within about what it is you guys value when it comes to partnerships, either business partnerships or serious committed relationships. Okay. Mercury enters Sagittarius. Oh, wait, no. Back up. What did I channel? So for Mercury and Scorpio, sextiling Pluto and Capricorn, secret conversations about sex, trying to make a change and being mean to yourself about it and possibly others, trying to free yourself. And in order to free yourself, you may have to be mean to others. That's what I channeled. That same day, November 2nd, Jupiter in Gemini in retrograde in 20 degrees, sextiles Chiron in Aries in retrograde. Okay. So these are both Scorpio degrees, which means it's either talking about honesty or lies, sex, intimacy, money, sharing money with others, secrets, something like that, or just being extremely private. So, again, it's a sextile, so it requires work. You'd have to put energy into this in order for it to manifest. So I'm seeing resources being shared here with that 20 degrees, talking your 8th house and your 10th house. I'm getting there being pain around home. It's like finances and property or home, because Mars is the ruler of Aries, right? And it's in your 11th house in Cancer. So there's something about like a belief system, because Uranus traditionally rules that 11th house, but you guys have it in the 9th house. So like either through traveling, it would affect your money, and whatever this is, it's like it would hurt your money by shared resources, or if it's not money, because again, Jupiter rules Sagittarius and you guys have Venus in Sagittarius in your 4th house. 4th house is traditionally ruled by Cancer. So there's some type of conflict going on here when it comes to your money, your power. But yeah, so if it's not money, then I'm going to say that it would have something to do with Mercury ruling Gemini in that 3rd house in Scorpio, Chiron there. Your pain, something about your pain being visible, because right now Chiron is hidden in that 8th house in Aries. But somehow it's like you're feeling some type of pain when it comes to your emotions. It's like either pain with strong feminine energy, or the mother, or females, or like I said, property. There's some type of conflict you would be feeling when it comes to your inner world. Your inner world, it's like it would be erratic at this time. Erratic, like that. I don't know what that was. Okay. Anyway, it would be erratic is what I'm trying to say. Your emotions, because it's like your money is affecting your internal world. There we go. What am I doing here? Why did I put Chiron in Libra in your second house? Jackass. Lilith, Juno. Cool. Anyway, getting back to my point. So your pain is hidden. However, your pain is around money. If it's not around money, I'm going to say it's around some type of belief system you guys have, that like you guys don't want to be visible. You want it to be private because Sagittarius is in your 4th house. You guys have Venus here. Venus rules your 2nd house, and it also rules your 9th house. So there's some type of belief system that you guys have. There's a belief system you guys have about money, or the things you guys value, own, something like this. And I feel like maybe your freedom with money. Oh, I keep going back to money. Oh my God. But anyway, for some of you, your freedom with money may be taken away. But for others, your freedom with either your privacy may get taken away when it comes to love. I don't know. I'm getting something about what you value in relationships, that there would be anger around this at this time, because there's some type of conflict at home that imposes upon your freedom. But you guys may not want to deal with it right now because of how it would make you guys appear. That's what I'm getting. So hold on one second. Mercury rules Gemini. So it's interesting when I channel it, for some of you, how this is going to manifest, that some of you guys are going to, with Jupiter sextiling Chiron, right? And whatever Jupiter touches, it expands upon. And it's talking in a Scorpio degree. I'm getting something about causing intentional pain, like wanting to be seen as wanted or valued. And then it's like causing this Mars in the 11th house so people can see. And it's like it would be... It's like, I feel like for some of you, it's just intentional. Like you're trying to cause pain to somebody. So maybe it's an ex. I'm not too sure, but that's how I'm seeing it. And I feel like it's possible because Mars rules Aries, that 8th house. So it's like you guys may try to hurt somebody publicly. All right. So what did I channel? You can't see your issue, but you feel your issue, and it's getting bigger and bigger. I'm picking up on the sun, and you can't ignore it. Okay. So for that, I think of Pluto in that 5th house in Capricorn in 29 degrees. I do, no, I'm not going to go there. But yeah, that's what I would think of because the sun is in Scorpio. I'm definitely channeling that as well in that 3rd house. But I feel like because Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio and it's in the 5th house, which traditionally belongs to Leo, the sun, and it's in a Leo degree, there's something like spidey senses are kicking in. And yeah, that's what I'm seeing. All right, November 2nd, Mercury enters Sagittarius. So Mercury is leaving Scorpio in your 3rd house, and it's entering your 4th house. To me, when I see this in Sagittarius, I think of positive energy. I think of wanting to be happy, wanting to be around feel-good energy, nothing negative. So I feel like this would be affecting your 10th house. It would be very apparent. I think you guys would be traveling away from home at this time. I think it would affect your wallet in a negative way. That's how I'm reading it. Yeah, Mercury ruling the first house. Yep. What did I channel for the collective? You may be traveling with friends as well with that Jupiter in Gemini. All right, so I'm feeling good vibes, lots of light and being seen, getting recognition and staying away from bad energy. Okay. November 3rd, Juno enters Scorpio. So Juno is leaving Libra in your 2nd house and is entering your 3rd house in Scorpio. Oh, I think of business partnerships too when Juno is in Libra in the 2nd house. All right, so Juno and Scorpio in that 3rd house. I think of merging. I think of intimate relationships, deep conversations. Yeah. Ow. Son of a bitch. So what I was channeling was hermit energy. I was getting silence, strong feminine energy, intimate energy, kissing lips in a kinky way, hiding behind the window with the blinds open, waiting for messages. Let's see. November 3rd, Mars in Cancer in your 11th house in 29 degrees is opposing Pluto in Capricorn in your 5th house in 29 degrees. So when these two are opposing each other, the 11th house and the 5th house, number one, if Pluto is opposing an energy, I would just say, you know, don't do it. Just compromise or give in. It's not worth it because there's something about power plays, dynamics, trying to control someone, trying to get a reaction out of someone. And it's like, I wouldn't do it because it'll just be that never ending story. So how I'm channeling it, so I channeled it for the collective and I'm getting people facing each other and balancing. It's trying to balance. I'm getting mouths lifting weights and there's this energy of feeling self-control, but really like trying. So when I do it right now, the energy I'm getting is seeing something. Again, it comes back to Jupiter, sextile, and Chiron. I feel like you guys, or maybe it's somebody else, I feel like you'll be experiencing something where it's like, there's this energy that tries to, I feel like you'll be seeing something. That's how I want to put it. Whether it's money or romance, I think something will be visible to you guys that may cause inner conflict. That's what I want to say. November 3rd, Venus in Sagittarius in your 4th house is in 20 degrees. A Scorpio degree. It's opposing Jupiter in retrograde in Gemini in your 10th house in 20 degrees. So to me, this is talking about like somebody wanting to focus in on all the details and then another person not wanting to do that, wanting to see the bigger picture. So I think evolved Sagittarius energy is having the wisdom to know and to walk away. And I feel like that's what I'm channeling here. It's like psychically you or another person will know like this is not good. It's not going to work out. Or if it's not like you're dating anyone and you're not going through this, then I would say this is talking about that you're at odds with what you have versus what you want when it comes to a career or your money situation or your status. There's something like this. Like it feels like you're putting in work with something that maybe it's not going anywhere. And it's like you have to separate yourself from a situation is what I'm picking up on. So Venus in Sagittarius wants to be free. It wants to make its money in a freedom-oriented way. When I see it in the 4th house, it makes me think, because you guys have Cancer in the 11th house, it makes me think of earning money at home on the internet, by the way, I think that's definitely something you guys could do during this time. But maybe like you wouldn't be happy with that, or maybe it wouldn't offer the money you guys are looking for with this opposition. There's something here where it's like, it's not vibing. So Venus rules Libra, and you guys have the South Node there. I'm going to say it's probably your money, or it's money with, yes, it's money with friends, because again, Mercury, something's going on there. Or I think Venus, yeah, Venus ruling your 9th house, traveling, and you guys have Uranus there. There's some type of shakeup. I don't know if some of you guys are traveling with a pet, but I'm seeing traveling, and I'm seeing this purse, which indicates money to me, but also a message, or just traveling because of Mercury. And then it changes to this like bag over your shoulder, and then all of a sudden it's one of those like, this is terrible, but anyway, it was a luggage which indicated like an animal was in it. And somehow your 6th house is involved with this traveling. You don't have anything in Aquarius right now in your 6th house, but I feel like there's something going on with traveling with pets, or you're spending money on pets during this time. Anyway, so what I channeled was, oh, I already spoke about it. Okay, never mind. So moving on, November 3rd, Venus in Sagittarius in your 4th house in 20 degrees will be trining Chiron in Aries in retrograde in 20 degrees. So again, November 3rd, Venus in Sagittarius in your 4th house will be trining Chiron in Aries in retrograde in 20 degrees in your 8th house. So it's a Scorpio degree. They're both fire signs, and it's the 4th house and the 8th house, which are traditionally water signs. I think you guys will be literally feeling some type of financial pain. That's how I'm taking this, and it has something to do with traveling. Traveling from home or traveling away from home, because Mars rules Aries in that 8th house, and you guys have it in your 11th house in Cancer. Cancer traditionally rules the 4th house of home. So I feel like you guys are traveling with friends, Jupiter being in Gemini, and Jupiter is a traveling energy. Because you guys have Venus and Mercury in Sagittarius. So I feel like some of you guys are spending money on traveling, or you're having conversations about traveling, or you're going on dates. You're spending money with something, and you're going, you may be going, it's weird because when Jupiter goes retrograde, I feel like things slow down. But I feel like I'm picking up on the opposite. So when I channel it, there's something about what you're seeing and what you're hearing. So I'm picking up on Libra energy because I specifically saw the glyph for Libra. So I think of the South Node being in your wallet. And then I'm seeing this phone, almost like the opposite. Now that I realize it, not the best drawer. But anyway, so it's like, here's your ear, and there's this phone up against it in a weird way. So with Chiron and what was it again? Venus. I just think it's your money. I think it's your money. Yeah, because I think of Mercury, and Mercury's in your 4th house. And then I think of Libra. You got the South Node in your 2nd house. I think of Venus. We already know Venus is in the mix. All right, let's move on. Oh, what I channel for the collective is the sunrise, taking notes, and building a pyramid. So to me, this is like being able to see something clearly and learning upon it. So I think for you guys, it's like you guys are definitely in touch with the loss of money, or hearing for cues like about money, something like this. I'm getting messages. and being like in tune with this and kind of just waiting for it. The loss of money. November 3rd, Mars enters Leo. Mars enters your 12th house. Okay, so when Mars is in the 12th house, I mean, I'm not a fan. I just can always feel negative energies. I always feel bullshit. So for you guys, you'll be able to feel it too. Why? Because the sun, which is the ruler of Leo for your 12th house, will be in a Scorpio. Will be in Scorpio, which means you'll literally be getting, it'll be an intuitive hits. Like, you'll be able to see the bullshit, I feel like. I just feel like if you have the sun in a water sign, while, you know, something's transiting your 12th house in Leo, you're going to have an easier time seeing whatever this energy is. So yeah, I think it's either going to be secret sex, because the reason I'm saying that is because the sun is the ruler of Leo. It's in Scorpio. So Pluto and Mars are the original ruler of Scorpio. And then Mars is the ruler of Aries. This is in your 8th house, your 5th house. So you got, So 8th house is sex. It could be money too. It could be issues that, you know, you don't see coming because of whatever. I'm just going to give it straight. I think it's hidden sex or getting into arguments with people you guys are intimate with. Because Pluto is in your 5th house in Capricorn. If it's not that, then I'm going to say it's issues with people you're doing business with, working with. There's something about like wherever you guys get your money, or if you're, you know, I don't know, sharing money with somebody, or you guys are investing on some in something. But I just think that with Mars ruling your 8th house and technically your 3rd, well, I think you would be getting dreams. Not that, like, that's going to help you, you know, but I feel like you'll be getting dreams about this, like conflicted dreams about the conflict that's coming your way with Mercury, conversations in your 4th house in Sagittarius. 4th house traditionally belongs to Cancer. So I don't know. I just see something happening there for you guys. I feel like it has to do with money with friends. Or it could be money with family. But it's weird. When I channel this, I feel like you're expecting some type of conversation. And like something negative. I don't know if it's happening in your dreams. It kind of feels like it is. Because when you open this door, it's like it's a sky. But there's something there and it's dark. Like there is this darker energy. But I'm getting this purple sky, and I feel like it's your dreams. So yeah, I feel like you'll be expecting dreams. Yeah, I just feel like there would be like, you're gonna get these intuitive messages in your dreams, and it would be, I feel like 9 of Swords, if I'm being real with you guys. Like, it's not going to be pleasant dreams, but you'd expect it. Like, you're intuitively feeling it because Mars rules your 8th house in Aries. So, yeah, it's like, you know, you're feeling, oh, I'm probably going to get some type of intuitive or psychic dream tonight. That's what I think. What did I channel for the collective? Mars enters Leo, determined to win. 6 of Wands energy. I'm picking up on surface level, taking tabs of your own gains and feeling mighty because of it. So I think, like I said, for some of you, this is going to be talking about like secret affairs. Like there's gonna be like some type of victory, whether it's with money or with sex. That's what I'm getting. And like it would make you guys feel confident. All right. November 4th, we have Sun in Scorpio and 12 degrees in your 3rd house, and it's trining Saturn in Pisces in retrograde in 12 degrees in your 7th house. Okay, so Sun in Scorpio in 12 degrees, a Pisces degree. So something you're learning about, conversations, and then it's talking nicely to Saturn in retrograde in 12 degrees in Pisces in the 7th house. So to me, this is talking about like intuitively being able to see the potential about something that would be worth investing into when it comes to relationships. Is it oh no, it's a trine. Okay. And so I think you guys would be, with that Mars in the 12th house, I think you guys would feel driven. Hold on. With Pluto ruling Scorpio in that 5th house and Saturn ruling Capricorn, I'm also just getting like a sexual relationship too, is how this may manifest for you guys. Like you guys may see the potential of something like, what do you call that? Not a hookup, but well, I mean, it would be a hookup, but like, I don't know, whatever you call that. I feel like you would see that. 12 degrees. 12 degrees. Yeah, 12 degrees is a Pisces degree. And then I look at the 12th house because traditionally Pisces belongs here. But you guys have Mars in Leo right now. So it's like there is something going on subconsciously where you guys are feeling driven to win. All right, so what I channeled for the collective was, I'm picking up on having a task to do. You want more of a victory with that 6 of Wands energy, and you're not happy about it because it'll take time, but you see the outcome. Yeah. November 11th, Venus enters Capricorn. So Venus is leaving your 4th house and is entering your 5th house. So when Venus enters Capricorn, I think of long-term investments. I think of things that are worth investing into. Again, we're already noticing something going on here with that Saturn retrograde, right? And Saturn's just about to go direct. So I think of, with that 5th house, with Venus being here, like you guys would take dating more seriously, especially since Pluto will be here in 29 degrees. It's just about to go into Aquarius in that 6th house. So I think when it's in the 5th house, I think there may be conversations about, oh, well, since Pluto was already in your 5th house, right? Transforming, dating, romance. I think with Venus being here, and Venus ruling your 2nd house, South Node, Lilith, and then the 9th house, Taurus, and Uranus here, it's almost as if like now is the time where it's like you guys will feel more in tune with a belief system you guys have about committed relationships. Because a belief system has changed for you guys when it comes to the things you guys value. And as of right now, I feel like there's anger around relationships. It could have something to do with money, like maybe because of past relationships with the South Node. It's like you may not want to share resources or money, or it's like, I don't know, just something like that. So this could have created this north, okay. This could have created this North Node in Aries in the 8th house where it's like, you guys are being driven, potentially for some of you to transform this in your life, where you guys are dealing with these wounds you have around money and intimacy and forgiveness and letting things go, because it's the 8th house. So things are supposed to transform here in order to see the magic in your life. Otherwise, it's like you're going to experience the negative energies with this 8th house, especially more so because you guys have it in Aries. So I think what's going on here is you guys, if you guys are trying to commit at this time, like to committed relationships, you would just want to be smart about it when it comes to finances is what I'm picking up on. You don't want to get burned again. You do want to be smarter. So you may be more selfish this time around when it comes to these types of things because of a belief based off of what has happened financially in the past. Or it could be just a belief system based off of what has happened with your finances due to work. There could have been a shakeup with your finances. Maybe you have to travel. Maybe you're spending more money. There's just a change is what I'm picking up on. So my point to saying all this is with Venus being in your 5th house, I think I would normally say this means that you guys are going to be out there dating, and I think you will be. But I think there would be some type of conscious effort to like date consciously, like trying to find committed relationships. Here we go with Mars in the 12th house. Yes, for some of you, this is going to be, you guys are driven for sex. For some of you, you guys are going to be driven for committed relationships. Okay. So some of you are still maybe like in your element about not wanting to be in relationships because of the South Node and Lilith in your 2nd house. Maybe because you guys aren't doing financially well, or maybe because the last relationship you've been in, it burned you, or you're just not getting what it is you value. So you're focusing in on yourself. Also, North Node talks about sex as well. I'm sorry. 8th house talks about sex as well. So you may just be focusing in on that because Pluto is also, Pluto traditionally rules the 8th house. So yeah, I think that's definitely somebody's story out there. But now maybe there's a shakeup with Pluto being here one last time, just about to go into Aquarius in a few days, that maybe something is changing. So it's like maybe your everyday thing is kind of getting boring, or it's like you want a change. What did I, channel for the collective? Keeping your eye on your health. Like you literally want to be healthier. So for some of you, it's going to be about your body. And then for others, it's going to be about trying to eat healthier, or like maybe be mental, maybe be healthier mentally. Okay. So yeah. November 12th, Mercury in Sagittarius in 12 degrees in your 4th house is squaring Saturn in Pisces in retrograde in your 7th house. So again, November 12th, Mercury in Sagittarius in your 4th house in 12 degrees is squaring Saturn in Pisces in retrograde in your 7th house in 12 degrees. So 12 degrees is a Pisces degree. To me, this is talking about being at odds with somebody you guys are either in a committed relationship with, or it's like somebody that you're intimate with, and it's like they now want to be in a committed relationship, and you or the other person is at odds with this. Or it's like you guys would need to travel for work, and for some reason, maybe it's due to finances, because Venus being in Saturn in that 5th house, you either don't have it, or, you know, I don't know, maybe it's not enough money. I'm not too sure. But Mercury and Saturn, when they're talking together in a negative way, it causes depression. It causes negative thoughts. So, what the fuck was that? Unreal. Anyway, so Mercury and Sagittarius, this is talking about like limiting manifestations. So it's like because you're down or you don't feel free, it's like you wouldn't be positive. You wouldn't be optimistic. You would not, your frequency wouldn't be where it should be or where it needs to be in order to manifest. So this may cause you guys to lead to escapism as well. I also just see mental conflict on this day for you guys. So that Mars in the 12th house, I think would cause mental conflict. I think it would do a ricochet effect where like, since the sun rules Leo in your 12th house, your subconscious, and despite that sun being in Scorpio, an intuitive degree, an intuitive energy, it's like the Mars in your mindset is causing a conflict. So therefore you cannot see clearly because your mind isn't right. So what I channeled for you guys is you can't manifest due to either lack of sleep or being too tired or due to escapism. I'm picking up on getting high or a clouded mind, which then makes your mouth a scary roller coaster. So later that day, November 12th, Saturn goes direct in Pisces. So to me, what this is basically saying, if you guys haven't been putting in the work since Saturn went retrograde, then you're probably going to be feeling the repercussions of this once Saturn goes direct. So once Saturn went retrograde, I feel like the way to look at this is it's like the strict father who wants to teach us the hard life lessons that we don't want to learn but have to learn. He's walked away. He is not in the room anymore. Are we going to behave in the way that we know we're supposed to? So whatever you guys were doing when Saturn was direct, whatever Saturn was pushing you to in Pisces, in your 7th house, were you guys continuing that? Or did you guys slack once Saturn went retrograde? I'm telling you right now, you'll feel it once Saturn goes direct. I think if you guys have been putting in the work, it's going to feel a lot lighter during this time. If you haven't, it's going to feel heavy during this time because it's like the dad is returning and he's like, all right, so you didn't do what you were supposed to do. But don't worry, I was prepared for this. So here's the work. And you know what? Here's some extra work because I want you to think about what you've done. So, yeah, you guys will find out. So let's channel that. I feel like I'm seeing this skull and it's making me think of transformation. So I don't know what degree Saturn's going to be in once it goes direct. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So I think something's going to transform in your 7th house once this goes direct. But what I channeled for the collective was I'm picking up on Mercury. So thoughts or conversations about sex, and I'm getting anger and frustration around sex and not knowing why. So yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of people out there that weren't, that were kind of slacking. So Saturn rules Capricorn, your 5th house. You guys have Pluto here. So this is probably why I was channeling the skull. Okay, not a ghost. It was skull. A skull. I don't know what the fuck that was. Anyway, so Venus. Venus being in Capricorn. So I feel like Saturn's going to be... You guys are going to be feeling this transformative energy of taking relationships seriously. That's what I'm picking up for you guys. Or, hold on one second. Mercury's in Sagittarius. So your minds would be on freedom-oriented things in Gemini. Let's see. So for some of you guys, I think the difficulty here for those of you that aren't looking to settle down right now, you guys would be feeling frustrated because it's like you want to embrace this freedom-oriented energy. But then I'm seeing this transformation where it's like I'm seeing a ring and then I'm seeing it feels like a lollipop, like a sucking lollipop. But here's the thing, it's not sexual. It feels like it has something to do with a baby. So when I'm thinking of a baby, I'm like, what the hell? 5th house is the child. So I think for some of you, this is like transforming like like having a child. Literally, a child is entering your life. You guys are entering a committed relationship, or it's like the universe is preparing you for one. With the sun being in Scorpio and the sun traditionally ruling the 5th house, I do look at this as like the child almost like leaving, because it's very 8th house when the whole idea of labor and the baby leaving the body, and now the baby is in the world. So there's something with that. It's like now we see the child. So yeah, I think that's going to be some storylines out there for you guys. But I'm seeing a ring, and I'm seeing something that feels symbolic of a child. So I think you guys may be stuck on this this presence of like wanting to maybe communicate, put yourself out there, feeling free, wanting to do what you guys want. North Node in Aries in that 8th house, healing some type of transformative wounds, or trying to transform your wounds. It could be around sex, or just like a belief system around sex, something like this. But yeah, I just see that the universe is like pushing you guys in a certain direction. November 15th, full moon in Taurus. So in your 9th house, there's a full moon, and it's in 24 degrees, which is a Pisces degree. So I think something, when it comes to a belief system, it's going to be changing. Like you're not going, it's going to be gone, is what I'm trying to say. Like, with Pisces energy, I feel like it's here 1 minute and then it's gone the next. It's like, where did it go? We don't know. I'll literally be in the middle of a conversation and I will forget what it is I'm talking about. That's Pisces for you. So I think something will be illuminated when it comes to either this Mars in Leo in your 12th house, which technically connects to your Aries in your 8th house with your North Node and Chiron, or it's like what's going to be illuminated for you guys is literally Pisces in your 7th house, and what it is you value about relationships, or what it is you don't value. Or why things have been happening the way they have with that Uranus and retrograde. So Venus is the ruler of Taurus, right? It's going to be in your 5th house in Capricorn. When I think of Venus in Capricorn, I think of something going cold, okay? Because it's getting serious about something. So it's not just like, it's not trying to warm you up. It's not trying to get comfy-umphy. It's trying to get serious. Like, are you going to lock it down or what? So I feel like that is what's going on here. Like, something is going to be illuminated when it comes to your beliefs, because it's 9th house. Or it could be while, like, something could be illuminated while you're traveling, or where your money goes while you guys are traveling. That could be a thing too. So I'm seeing like you guys walk towards something, and then you literally kind of throw your purse down. Like, I feel like it's going down into like Capricorn energy, like, but not like in a positive way. I think you guys, like, what will be illuminated, something about your money and where it's going. So maybe you guys are spending money on dating or on relationships, things that feel like work. Jupiter's in Gemini, Mercury. Maybe you guys are spending money on traveling. I'm not too sure, but it's connected to this Venus in Capricorn. I'll tell you that, in your 5th house. The energy was wasteful. Like, the money, it's like you're throwing it away. So I don't think that's everybody's story, but it's definitely what I'm getting. So with that being said, I think the inner conflict here is like the Chiron in the 8th house would be the relationship you guys have with money. That could potentially be illuminated during this time for you. So for what I channeled with the collective for the full moon in Taurus, quest energy, I'm regarding sex. I'm picking up on Mercury and Sagittarius, looking for freedom, but having issues. So I don't think that's going to be everybody's story. I think Mercury and Sagittarius in that fourth house is basically talking about not really being on a quest. I mean, maybe some of you, like, you are traveling, but what I'm really getting is trying to figure something out. Son of a bitch. Trying to figure something out. It's like you guys are looking for freedom, but having issues. So I feel like it connects back to you guys may spend your money based on your feelings, like the ups and downs. Because with Mercury being in Sagittarius, the ruler of Sagittarius is Jupiter, right? And it's in Gemini. So there's something about your thoughts, like, expanding during this time, like, and you guys probably aren't used to it. So it's like one thought turns into another thought, into another thought. It's just like whatever Jupiter touches, it expands upon. But here's the thing, though. So Cancer traditionally rules the fourth house, but you guys have this in Sagittarius. So I feel like your emotions are based on, like, traveling or going big. Like, your emotions may really heighten, you know? Your emotions may heighten when you're by yourself, or your emotions may heighten when you the reason I'm saying heighten is because you have Cancer in the 11th house, which traditionally belongs to Aquarius energy. Somehow your health is affected by the ups and downs. Like, I feel like your emotions go up and down, up and down, up and down. This is what you're feeling on some type of level. So it's like you're spending money based off of your highs and lows, while Uranus is in Taurus in your 9th house. Does that make sense? So while Mercury is in Sagittarius, it's kind of amplifying that. Again, the reason for that is because Mercury rules Gemini. And you guys have Jupiter, the ruler of Sagittarius, in Gemini right now in your 10th house. So it's like you guys may be trying to take control or take authority or do something in your life where you're in control. But really, it's like what I'm picking up on is your emotions are a little erratic is what I'm getting. And then your money gets spent erratically. I'm getting something about painting may help. I don't know. I'm just seeing it. And I figured I would say it. All right. November 16th, Sun in Scorpio in your 3rd house in 25 degrees is opposing Uranus in 25 degrees in Taurus in retrograde in your 9th house. So again, November 16th, Sun in Scorpio, 3rd house, 25 degrees, opposing Uranus in Taurus, 9th house in retrograde, 25 degrees. To me, this is either you're at odds with yourself, with what it is you want and what it is you have, or this is like you're at odds with what you have, or like with somebody else, like somebody wants something else or believes in something else, but you believe in something. Hold on, I'm saying this totally off. Hold on. So with Sun in Scorpio in the 3rd house, I think of somebody who is smart, somebody who stands out with the conversations they're having and the intelligence they have. I think of somebody who is deep. I think of somebody who is transformative and intuitive. When I see Uranus in retrograde in the 9th house in Taurus, I think of whatever was making you guys feel safe and comfortable, whether it has to do more so with traveling or your belief system around money or whatever it is you value. It's like there is a shakeup with that right now. So I feel like how this is manifesting is there may be somebody in your life that has a belief system that goes against what it is you guys value. I I get a deep energy with Sun in Scorpio in that third house, or at least somebody who wants to talk about the things that they can see through. But with Uranus and Taurus in the ninth house, I think of this as maybe going against what other people believe in, or wanting to like spice it up, razzle dazzle it, you know, and maybe Sun in Scorpio in the third house, I don't know, is connected to something, or I get loner energy with Sun in Scorpio, because it's like the things you see, you're able to see through the bullshit, or you're able to see through, you know, the dark. So the way I channeled it is, it's like one of you would be doing something for yourselves, okay? And you don't need an audience. And then it's like, if you're talking to somebody or dating somebody or in a committed relationship, that other person is doing it for the applause. And you're at odds with that. So if that isn't your story, then I would say symbolically how that could manifest is with the Sun ruling the 12th house, you guys may subconsciously do things for the applause. You guys may do things because with Mars being in Leo, you're being driven, or you're dealing with conflict potentially, or you're having, you know, you may be having sex. That could be one of them too. But there may be something you're not fully in touch with about something. About yourself, and it may not actually fully resonate with you 100%, but you're not consciously aware that you do this or why you do it. But yet that's what I'm getting. I feel like with Uranus and Taurus, there's like it's either something you guys do that you don't realize you do, and it's not really something true. Like you don't value this energy, yet you still do it, or you're dating somebody that does it. And maybe you're at odds with this and you don't realize why you're at odds with somebody. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Yeah. All right. So November 18th, Mercury in Sagittarius in your 4th house is going to be in 18 degrees. It's opposing Jupiter in Gemini in 18 degrees in your 10th house in retrograde. So again, November 18th, we have Mercury in Sagittarius in your 4th house. It's going to be in 18 degrees. It's opposing Jupiter in Gemini in retrograde in your 10th house in 18 degrees. So when I think of 18 degrees, I think of Virgo energy, you guys. But the difference is this is a number, if you guys believe in numerology, that speaks of needing to fix something. There is something here, wherever 18 is, that needs to be looked at again, and we need to redo it. So I think you guys will be at odds with somebody. Possibly, it may have to do with work or your friends, where there's a conversation and you may want to focus in, you may want to see the bigger picture. But you may need to focus in on the details is what I'm getting, because it may have something to do with either your money. It may have something to do with a belief system. I'm not too sure, but that is what I'm picking up on, where Mercury in Sagittarius wants to stay positive. It wants to stay optimistic. It wants to see the bigger picture. It doesn't want to focus in on the fine details. This is where it gets depressing and like negative for a Mercury in Sagittarius. But Jupiter in Gemini is very wordsy. It wants to say every single word. And that's also where it loses its audience, right? I would know. So Mercury opposing Jupiter, it's like whatever Jupiter touches, it expands upon. So I feel like either you guys or somebody else would feel like their freedom is being imposed upon. And I feel like I already said this in the beginning of the reading. So your 6th house, which traditionally would belong to Virgo, you guys, is in Aquarius. So the ruler of Aquarius is Uranus, and it's in retrograde in your 9th house in Taurus. So it's almost as if there may be conversations about money There may be like a belief system about maybe how money should be earned, or, you know, maybe spending money on traveling, spending money on friends or with friends, or doing something with a group of people. There may be conversations about this. But then it's like somebody else would want to, I don't know, start planning ahead and start like figuring out the, you know, the schedule. Like, okay, this is what we're going to do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And it's like it would not vibe with Mercury and Sagittarius. But the 18 degrees is calling on you guys to handle this, like approach this differently than you would normally want to. And that's going to create friction. It's going to create that opposition energy. So again, I do think this would be more of an inner conflict for you guys when it comes to work. I think there would be, you may hear conversations with how you do your work. You may hear conversations that, or you may have a conversation like with, I don't know, a conversation maybe with your boss, and like how this affects your money, or why, you know, you won't be getting a raise this year. I don't know. I'm just giving you a random example, but it's almost as if like you may be hearing something you don't want to hear, but you may need to hear. I also think for some of you, you guys may not want to, this isn't going to be all of you, but for some of you, I don't think you want to be at the same job. Like some of you may want to leave the job that you're currently at. I'm just getting something about not wanting to commit. So for some of you where this is talking about relationships, I don't really see how this could be about relationships though with that 4th and 10th house. Hold on. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. It's in your 4th house. Cancer traditionally rules that 4th house. Sagittarius traditionally rules that 9th house. Yeah, Taurus. Yeah. No, I'm seeing this more about your commitment to whatever it is you do to make money. So whatever job you have, it's like you may have to stay quiet in order to keep your job. You may hear something you don't like. So what I channeled for the collective was not being happy, being at odds. Okay, so for some of you, this is conversations about sex, seeing hot. Wait, takes out their dentures. Someone takes out dentures and another pair of dentures and leaves the other to make a choice. Yeah, I don't know. I think for some of you guys, again, you may feel like backed up against a corner and like your freedom is being imposed upon with this Uranus in retrograde in Taurus. So it would change like your everyday regimen, everyday routine. So for those of you that are in a job and you feel like, you know, like they say, you can't work from home anymore. You got to come in. So it's like some of you may be like, nope, I'm out. And that would change up your 6th house. For some of you, this may be talking about a relationship. So this may lead to a breakup. Okay, November 21st, Sun enters Sagittarius. So the Sun is leaving your 3rd house in Scorpio. It's entering your 4th house in Sagittarius. This is going to be a magnetic energy. How I even channeled it for the collective was being able to see everyone who wants in on your energy. I'm picking up on royalty vibes. So I think you guys may, with the Sun being in Sagittarius, and the Sun ruling Leo in that 12th house, you guys may have issues at home. You guys may experience some type of conflict at home. Yeah, and that may have to do with some type of issue with money. Or for some of you, this would manifest with sex, because that North Node being in Aries in that 8th house, it's sex. And Mars being in the 12th house, sex. And the Sun being in the 4th house, it's like there's something hidden going on when it comes to expressing yourself or being seen. And Leo energy is a magnet. So, yeah, what am I getting for you guys? Yeah, I feel like everything I just said, but then also for some of you, this is going to bring on loner energy. Like I'm seeing you at home and then just like wanting to be alone. So yeah, what else? So I think people would contact you though, like wondering where you are, or still like wanting to date, wanting to go out, whatnot. November 21st, Sun in Sagittarius in your 4th house is sextiling Pluto in Aquarius in your 6th house. So because the Sun and Pluto are sextiling, it means it may or may not happen. It's up to you guys. But when the Sun and Pluto are talking in a positive way, there's something transformative happening. There's something nice happening when it comes to, I feel like you guys expressing your emotions and then something transforming in a positive way. Whether it comes to like your why am I getting this belief? Wait, what? Uranus, the 9th house is your wallet. You guys may be getting a new job. You guys may be putting yourselves out there, putting a resume out there. What did I channel for the collective? I'm picking up on you guys being on your phone. Yeah. Okay. So for some of you, yeah, I think you guys would be social networking for sure, trying to get a new job, putting yourselves out there, communicating, making yourself visible. And then for others, I feel like you guys would be on a dating app or like putting yourselves out there privately. There's something about privacy here. November 22nd, Venus in Capricorn in your 5th house, 12 degrees, sextiling Saturn in Pisces, 12 degrees, 7th house. So again, November 22nd, Venus in Capricorn in your 5th house, 12 degrees, sextiling Saturn in Pisces in 12 degrees in the 7th house. So it's a sextile. It may or may not happen. It does talk about long-term investment. I think this is for some of you guys making like dating into a long-term commitment. It's in 12 degrees, which is a Pisces degree. I think for some of you, this is like daydreaming. It's an illusion, or it's like come and go energy. It's like you're thinking about it. Okay, it's gone. You're thinking about it and then it's gone. That's how I see this. Yeah, the way I'm channeling it, it's like there's this doorknob and you go for it, but then it's like you end up taking a key out. So it's like you're not unlocking a key. You're not opening the door. I just think it's exactly what I channeled, which is I'm seeing mental masturbation, or at least I think it is. I see you out with friends, but it feels like a group date and picking someone's mind. So yeah, I think you guys are just thinking about the possibilities of potentially like whoever you're dating and turning it into something serious, or you're just thinking about like changing dating into long-term commitment. Because like I said before, Pluto, once it enters Aquarius in your 6th house, it's doing something for you guys where it's trying to change this energy for you guys and get you guys to commit. That's what I'm picking up on, because it feels like you guys want to be free when it comes to this topic, but it's like they have other plans is what I keep picking up on. So November 25th, Mercury goes retrograde in Sagittarius in 22 degrees. So Mercury goes retrograde in 22 degrees. Sorry. In your 4th house. 22 degrees is a Capricorn degree. Saturn rules Capricorn. So your 7th house, 5th house, and 4th house are involved, as well as the 10th house, because Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So Mercury going in retrograde, there will be typical Mercury retrograde things. You'll be going back to old ideas. There will be delay in travel for those of you that are, I don't know, traveling during this time. I would think it's traveling for work. Something, hold on one second. Something to do with your money though, because I mean, right, we need to spend money to travel. But my point here is I'm getting money because Venus is in Capricorn. You have Mercury in retrograde in 22 degrees in Sagittarius. So it's like traveling or having fun would cost you guys money. So I think it's like it would be like stopped. is what I'm picking up on. Mercury rules Gemini, your 10th house, and there's this going within energy with Jupiter in retrograde. And then Mercury also rules Virgo, your 1st house, right? There's definitely something, I think with the sun being your 4th house, even though it rules the 12th, you would want to be home. You're not going to want to be traveling. You guys may be feeling, I think you would be going back to old thoughts, old ideas when it comes to belief systems. This may be a belief system about home, being freedom oriented. I think you guys would be going back to the idea that you guys have been having before Pluto went back into Aquarius. So yeah, I think you guys would be wanting to expand upon that during this time. And I feel like it would have something to do with work for some of you, working online from home. Okay, so what did I channel? I feel like you're trying to heal your inner child and not go back to past conversations or past thoughts. I see feeling primal with other people. Okay. November 27th, Sun in Sagittarius in your 4th house is trining Mars in Leo in the 12th house. So again, November 27th, we have Sun in Sagittarius in your 4th house. It's trining Mars in Leo in your 12th. So this is going to be happening in 5 degrees. 5 degrees, it creates some type of action. Attention. Whether it's like a little bit of fame or just being seen or recognized for something. And when the Sun and Mars are talking to each other in a positive way, I do think of like working hard towards something and being recognized, especially because it's in fire energy. So, but the thing is, it's your 4th house and your 12th, but your 8th and your, hold on, sorry. Your 12th and your 4th. So when I channeled it for the collective, I was getting Abe Lincoln. So I think of freedom. But then I'm also getting this energy of somebody saying, leave me alone. So I'm getting something about like, you guys may express something that may be in conflict with another person. I think during this time, you may also see that somebody in your life wants freedom, or maybe it's you guys, but I feel like I'm seeing somebody show you an American flag. Anyway, November 30th, there's a new moon in Sagittarius and 9 degrees. I think this is going to bring on typical manifestation stuff, Sagittarius stuff, either a new belief when it comes to home. Maybe you guys will be traveling. I don't think so with Mercury in retrograde. But I think there will be... well, what I channel for you guys is a schedule of errands and committing to yourself. I see a planner with Abe Lincoln and a genie in a bottle and planning based on wisdom. So I do think you guys, with this Mercury in retrograde and the sun, I think you guys would definitely be manifesting. You would be freeing yourselves and you would be focusing on like doing better is what I'm getting. I think because Mercury is your ruler, there's something to this. And because Mercury rules Gemini and Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, I think you guys are trying to expand upon like taking authority in your own life is what I'm picking up on. I feel like I'm seeing you, I'm getting like you guys are in like the Hangman, it's the cave. Like here's your mind. I know this is terrible, but this is like literally a dark cave. And it's like you guys are in the cave and then you see something bright right outside and then it disappears. And then you walk towards it and then you throw something. And then you walk back inside and then you do it again. I'm picking up on Uranus in your 9th house in Taurus. I feel like you guys are, you know what? I feel like you guys, Uranus rules Aquarius, the 6th house, the body. I feel like you guys are astral projecting is what I'm picking up on. Because Sagittarius traditionally rules the 9th house, but you guys have this in Taurus. And right now you guys have Uranus here in retrograde. I see some weird stuff that happens with Uranus. So, I don't know. But anyway, but yeah, I do see this energy of trying to commit to yourself. So I think I do see energies that, that you feel like are bothering you. And then it's like you throw at something in order to like distract it or to get it away from you. Yeah. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. So I hope it helps. I hope it resonates. All right, bye, guys.